So how on the Lesh? Oh, he started Juan first also. Guess thinking that might be the Undying there.
I mean, it's not a terrible thing to get anymore. Before you were spending money on a recipe, now you're just upgrading your stats. It's making some space, and that's not a big deal. 1 decay.
That's true.
Stun comes through. Great disruption. He should be fine, I guess.
Maybe not. He pops out. Hal taking a lot of damage here. Maladin comes through. They've got a lot of damage. He should die to the DOTs, but no, the Wisp saves him at least for now.
Twice.
2 DOTs still on him. It's not enough. First blood's drawn. MMY picks it up on the Witch Doctor. A noble effort from the Wisp.
Yeah, Wisp couldn't help him more than that because he...
will be one, and Vici Gaming will overrun them.
Queen of Pain as well. If she doesn't have a mana pool, if she can't ult, then it's not so good.
Play.
Definitely not. Disruption comes out. Soul Catcher as well. Sylar in a lot of trouble. Hal hits the stun. EMP flies through, and now Vici Gaming get on the board. Easy pickings on Sylar in the mid.
Yeah, so.
Queen of Pain is getting pretty good farm here. Maybe is the last hit leader at the moment. Ice can be rather aggressive here, doing good damage. Cask will come in. Maledict connects as well. Now he'll just turn on to MMY. He's got the Wisp to back him up. Heads up play from MMY to TP out, but it's not enough. Bristle gets the kill. Just too much damage.
Those early levels were so significant. That
No
really get 2
bounce on the
zombies.
Cask. Al still in trouble though. Gets slowed down, hit by the Maledict. The damage is just too much, and Lesh will get put 6 feet under. MMY get here on the Queen of Pain.
So we got 1 Edict level instead of Pulse Nova. Just gonna help him push, but makes him worse in the team fight, and they're gonna go in.
Here we go. Smoke rotation from the backside. Tombstone comes down nice and early. That first zombie trying to chase down Hao as he makes it into the trees. They'll be cut down by the wild axes, and Hao in a lot of trouble here. Easy pickings on the Lesh, and his teammates just can't keep him alive this go around. Wisp still not level 6, so take a look at both teams' vision here. Limited on both sides of the coin. It is nighttime after all.
Lesh just so good at counter pushing with lightning build. That's why you level it up. Just so good. It kills all the creeps. It only does about 265 damage, but it's a 4-second cooldown. The slow is helpful in team fights, but it's maybe not completely 260, sorry.
Yeah, it got slightly buffed. It was up from 0.75 to 1 second. Now it scales.
Yeah.
Minor buff.
It slows a little bit. It's not bad.
Sometimes it's just enough to close that gap for the rest of your teammates. Ice. He'll find some initiation onto Xiao Wei, throwing out that sticky goo, maybe. In the front lines, will blink back. The Cask not going to find any bounces. Maledict comes out, but Xiao Wei just gets dropped as he gets hit by the EMP. Now you're dead.
Great disruption.
Beautifully done. That resets the fight. Witch Doctor still doing damage on the backside, but his team is just getting cleaned up. Ice is tanking it. It's a 3-0 to get things started. Ice will TP out, and Hao will dive onto Yao.
Great
Splitter does not connect. Yao playing a little ring around the rosy. He'll be okay on the other side of it. It's Sylar versus 2. Super just doing too much damage. He's trying to morph strength as best he can. He's got a waveform up now, but they want to bring down the replicate. And Sylar will live, it looks like. Super's here. EMP Tornado. Is this actually enough damage?
Oh, he got the drain. All right, he's got 6 wand charges.
Okay,
and he's going to
TP home. Undying on his way over. There's no support for Super, and it will end as a 3-0. Still a great fight for Vici, though they don't get any damage. So it was a different take to just kind of ignore the Witch Doctor and realize that they can tank through his damage. And now they get a big Ancient stack. You look at this Bristle, and he is pulling way ahead. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Soul Catcher comes out. EMP gets charged up. Sylar without any mana. He's in a lot of trouble, and they will slay the Morphling. Easy peasy for the Radiant side.
That was very well exercised with TP home now, and they would relocate back together.
I was wondering too, but
looks like they're trying just to...
That wasn't worth it for... Well, if he lives, it's okay. Okay. All right.
Tethers across the Hao. Whoa, maybe drops the hammer.
That'll
secure it.
Perfect for LGD. That's exactly what they needed. They got a tower deny. So you killed the Wisp. This is the one out of position. It's just...
They're trying to bait this onto Sylar. Orchid is completed onto Super. They'll go in. He does get off the morph before the Orchid connects, but it just doesn't matter. They've got too much damage, and he can't morph fast enough. TP's coming in. Ice maybe in some trouble here. Another defensive disruption to try and set it up for Fenrir. Yao on his way in, trying to surround, but can't quite do it. The wild axes fly through. Fenrir will fall. It's a 1-for-1 roar onto Ice. Now MMY joining the party. Death Ward as the Cask bounces back and forth. It gets interrupted, but Super falls. Lesh comes in for the cleanup. Looks like this may get leveled out as Ice gets blown up. A 2-for-3 trade. LGD finding the advantage.
That necro out LGD was huge.
Okay, it is over. Tether will keep him safe.
It drained all of Ice's mana. He didn't even get to use his mech in that fight.
Yeah.
So he basically just tanked a bunch of damage, and then he killed himself on the necro, killing the
I saw
melee.
that you still want to fight even with the Aegis.
I feel like they could have won that, honestly.
Aegis on Undying.
If they just put the Tombstone on a high ground, or something like that, they never would have killed the tomb, and it would have been hard to find it.
All right, we'll hold that thought about the Aegis, though, as the fight will break out in the mid. Disruption to get it started. Ice in the front lines. They get the silence onto Sylar. Orchid is there. Do they have the damage? Certainly so. No, the waveform barely keeps him alive. It's FY that goes down first from the Sonic Wave, but they will have to trade their Beastmaster, maybe in very deep. Won't be able to make it back out. It's a 1-for-2 now with LGD on the back foot. Xiao8 with his back turn, trying to turn tail and run. It won't happen. Disruption to interrupt the Witch Doctor. Hao getting low, but MMY will fall first. It ends as a 2-for-4 trade. They cut through the Aegis as well as the second life on the Undying. What an explosive. 5 heroes just charging up the mid lane. Ice picks up a plate mail right before this fight starts, so now he's got a huge bump in his armor. They force out the glyph right away. EMP Tornado on the Undying. That'll be the end of Xiao8's mana. He gets Orchided, and Soulburn will finish him off, or at least Ice thinks it will. They get the kill. And now this tier 3 will be under siege.
Steve, okay, he does have level 4 on adaptive at least, but it does very little damage, and they're just going to take the racks, I think.
I mean, this is a very easy siege here for Vici. It's a 4-on-5, no buyback for Xiao8. He didn't get a tombstone down. Here we go, maybe hops in. BKB's popped. Nice Sonic Wave, connects on at least 2, but there's just no follow-up. Now Yao gets stunned up. He'll definitely fall. He's in the grave. It's now a 5v3 and easy siege for Vici. They can just sit back, reset a little bit. Okay damage from his blasting, but
it was a great try from LGD. The initiation was a bit unpredictable, the timing they went. I felt it was like...
but goes into the creeps. Unfortunate for LGD, Hao getting a little bit lucky there. Lotus continue to slow siege. Roar onto Ice, but his back is turned. Gets force stabbed, then defensively disrupted. Maybe hops out. Ultimate on 3. A lot of damage, but BKBs get popped, and he just gets turned around on. No buyback available for the Queen of Pain. Vici go right back to the high ground. A 5-on-4 Tornado does clip Sylar. He'll take the Orchid, but MMY with a nice Death Ward. Was it enough to bring down Ice? No! The disruption again! Morphling's already fallen. It's a disaster for the dire side. Hao going in deep with a double kill. It's just MMY, and that's enough for a GG call. It's Vici Gaming taking game 1 of this best-of-3 series.
Man, they played that team fight so well. Their positioning was great.
They're overlapping, right? They forced